Hey everyone, I'm Denver, and this time I'll be speaking about multiplication in Roman numerals. But first, you might want to check out my introduction to Roman numerals. Okay, so this method here is the same as we use in Arabic numerals. We create a multiplication table in which we multiply the singular terms of Roman numerals, I, V, X, L, C, D, and M. I multiplied by any numeral is the same as it is. V multiplied by V is 25, which is XXV. X times V, which is 10 times 5, equals 50, which is L. L times V is CCL, which is 250. C times V is D, which is 500. D times V is MMD, which is 2500. M times V is 5 times M. Okay, so here's why you write your numbers in Arabic numerals rather than Roman numerals. It's much simpler. Every order of magnitude just adds one more digit. But Roman numerals are pretty complex. Roman numerals was meant for counting and nothing more, which is why they never had the need for bigger numbers like 5,000. So how do we represent larger numbers? 1000 is m, 2000 is 2 times m, 3000 is 3 times m, 4000 is 4 times m, so naturally 5000 is 5 times m. But 5000 could also be written in a different way. That bar, which they call the macron, multiplies any number by 1000. Now how does the macron work? Take for instance the number 253, which can be written as CCLIII. Now 253,000 can be written as CCLIII with a macron over it. Of course, you can also write it as CCL with a macron over it, followed by MMM, which is practically the same thing. Every M can be written as an I with a macron over it. Of course, subtractive rules still apply, so 4000 can be written as IV with a macron over it. Okay, so let's get back to the table. So 5000 can also be written as a V with a macron. For the sake of simplicity, I'm going to use the word bar instead of macron. Okay, so x times x is C, x times L is D, x times C is M, x times D is V bar, and x times M is X bar. So as you can see, numbers like 5000 and 10,000 can actually occupy lesser space than the other numbers. Okay, now L times L is MMD, 2500. L times C is V bar. L times D is XXV bar. L times M is L bar. You must have noticed that multiplying anything by M adds a bar over it. Okay, C times C is X bar, 10,000. C times D is L bar. C times M is C bar. D times D is CCL bar. D times M is D bar, and M times M is M bar. Of course, since every M can be written as an I bar, notice the term on the bottom right. It's got 2 bars over it. Okay, so let's start with some real multiplication. We'll be multiplying the numbers 327 and 645. Now these numbers can be written as CCCXXVII and DCXLV. Of course, to simplify multiplication, we'll be using the additive notations of both. So we can write the second number as DCXXXXV. Now let's just create a table like we did before. Okay, so let's start by multiplying V with every number in the first term. V times the two i's are two v's. V times v is xxv. So that's two x's and one v. V times the two x's are two l's. V times the three c's are three d's. Now let's move on to the x's. There are four x's, we'll only be multiplying one of them. X times the two i's are two x's. X times v is L. X times 2x are 2c's. X times 3c's are 3m's. Of course, there are 4 x's. So just to make sure that we count all of them, we put a marker on the side using 4 i's. Now let's multiply c to the number. C times the 2 i's are 2 c's. C times v is d. C times the 2 x's are 2 m's. And c times the 3 c's are 3 x's with a macron over it, or xxx bar. Now let's multiply 327 with d. D times the 2 i's are 2 d's. D times v is mmd. D times the 2 x's are 2 v's. And d times c is L bar. Since there are 3 c's, we write it as 3 L bars. Okay, so let's start putting the numbers together. The 3 L's can be written as a CL followed by the 3 X's. The 2 V's can be written as another X, and of course the macron, followed by those 4 M's, those 7 D's, those 2 C's, those 2 L's, those 2 X's, those 3 V's. Following that, we stack up 4 of each of these numbers. So that's 4 stacks of 3M, 4 stacks of 2 C's, 4 L's, and 4 stacks of 2 X's. Now let's rewrite the number. That's CL 4 times X's. There are 16 M's, which can also be written as an XVI bar. There are 7 D's, which can be written as MMMD, or III with a macron followed by D. The 10 C's can be written as 2 D's. Of course, it can be written as a single M, but let's not make it more confusing. The 6 L's can be written as 3 C's, the 10 X's as an additional C, and the 3 V's as an XV. The 5 X's under the macron can be combined to an L. The VIII can be written as is. 2 of the D's can be combined to an M, or an I under the macron. The remaining D followed by the 4 C's, which is 900, could be written as a CM, and the XV as is. The 2 L's can be combined to a C. The V followed by the 5 I's, which is 10, can be written as an X, of course with a macron, and CMXV as is. So 327 times 645 is 210,915. Of course, the Romans didn't multiply like this. They did it like this. Let's try it with the numbers 42 and 213. 42 is 4 times x followed by 2 i's. 213 is CCXIII. The process goes somewhat like this. We progressively divide the smaller number by 2. So 42 divided by 2 is XXI. That divided by 2 is x. I is a remainder, but that's not essential. X divided by 2 is V. V divided by 2 is 2 with a remainder of 1. And 2 can be halved to 1. What we do now is mark the odd numbers. Okay, so now the other number, 213 in this case, has to be doubled progressively. CCXIII can be doubled to 4 times C 2 times X 6 times I. The 6 i's can be combined to a VI. That number can be doubled to 8 times C 4 times X 2 times V 2 times I. 5 of the 8 C's can be combined to a D, and the 5 X's can be combined to an L. This number doubles to 2 times D, 6 times C, 2 times L, 4 times I. The 2 D's can be combined to an M, and the 6 C's can be combined to a DC. The two L's can be combined to another C. This number can be combined to 2 M's, 2 D's, 4 C's, and 8 I's. The 2 D's can be combined to an M, and the 8 I's can be combined to a VIII. That number doubled gives us this, which can be shortened to this. Of course, all the M's can be written as an I with a macron. That's much better. Now what we've got to do is add the numbers corresponding to the marks. So let's start. Under the macron we have 1 V, 2 I's, that followed by 2 D's, 9 C's, 3 X's, 2 V's, and 6 I's. The 6 I's can be shortened to a VI, 2 of the V's to an X, 5 of the 9 C's to a D, 2 of the D's to an M or an I bar, and I guess that's the shortest notation for the number 8946, which can also be written as a VIII bar CMXLVI. So just to know how this works, let's write the corresponding numbers to these Roman numerals and put them aside. Let's start multiplying these numbers in Arabic numerals. 42 times 213 is 21 times 2 times 213. Now 2 times 213 is 426. 21 can be written as 10 times 2 plus 1. By associativity, we can write the same expression like this. Notice the separated number 426. Now 2 times 426 can be written as 852. 10 can be written as 5 times 2. 2 times 852 is 1704. 5 can be written as 2 times 2 plus 1. Again, by associativity, we can write the same expression like this. 2 times 1704 is 3408. And finally, twice of 3408 is 6816. Look carefully. Those were the three numbers we added. As you can see, every time there's a remainder, you get a new term to add. Okay, so here are my observations about this method. If you multiply any number with any of these numbers, the powers of 2 if you haven't noticed, every time you divide them by 2, you get no remainder, which means these numbers are the quickest to multiply. On the other hand, if you have any of these numbers, which are 1 less than powers of 2, every successive division by 2 leaves you a remainder of 1. But that of course is the worst case scenario. You can rest assured that when you multiply any number by something less than 10, you'll only have to add a maximum of 3 terms. For something less than 100, you add a maximum of 6 terms, and for something less than 1000, you add a maximum of 9 terms. And that's it.
Action!
Hey everyone, I'm Denver, and I've created this channel. Hey everyone, I'm Denver, and I've created this. Stop that!
What?
Stop that. Hey everyone, I'm Denver, and Hey everyone, I'm Denver, and I've created this channel to speak about things I find interesting. Hey everyone. No. Hey everyone, I'm Denver. No. Hey everyone, I'm Denver, and I've created this channel to speak about things I find interesting. No, that's not a good voice. Hey everyone, I'm Denver, and I've created this channel to speak about things I find interesting. Hey everyone, I'm Denver, and I've created this channel to speak about things I find interesting. These aren't things people normally spend their time thinking about, and you can rest assured that pretty much none of it will impact your real life, even in the slightest. Stop laughing! Ah! Hey everyone. No. Hey everyone, I'm done. Oh, does it record sound first of all?
Yeah.